Whenever we think about the most fulfilling creators, there is always something in their video that is fulfilling the promise.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
This promise is what you see in their thumbnail or what they are expecting to tell you within their story. They take you on this journey, and within that journey you expect a beginning, middle, and end, or a point A to point B that is this reality of fulfillment. And this journey that they take you on is this promise that they are making to you, saying, yes, this is what you expected and this is what I'm going to give you. This is that same promise that you can implement into your videos to make them immediately better. And in this video, I'm going to give you a breakdown of how to incorporate that promise into your own videos. Before we get into it, on this channel I make videos about social media topics, my freelance gigs and the behind the scenes of those, filmmaking tips, and photography tips. So if you never want to miss a video that come out once or twice a week, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and like this video to never miss one. So it is not uncommon that when you are making YouTube videos or any kind of content at all, that you really just want to get your creativity or information out there. So it might just come out in a huge blob of information. And while this is a really fun approach, it's not really the most fulfilling approach to your audience or the people that stumble across your videos. Now don't worry, I have actually fallen victim to this myself, and if you have, then it is not a problem, because the problem is that if you continue to do that without having structure to these stories of yours. And that's exactly what we were trying to accomplish here, is the storytelling and how to structure that better to fit your brand and to make your audience feel like they're expecting something and having the fulfillment without, well, getting it right off the bat. Because if they're getting it right off the bat, why are they going to stay for your 5 to 10 minute video if they get it in the first couple of seconds?
By learning from the experts and what they do. And at the end of the video, you want to stick around because I'm going to give you my best tips. They're called the power tips, and you don't want to miss it because these are the tips that's going to help you get the most views.
So before I get into more so of how to structure this, I want to know from you guys if you have actually used any kind of structure, or if you have just kind of blurred out your information within your video. Which approach has worked better for you and why? Let me know down in the comments below. And regardless if it changes anything about your channel, there's also the fulfilling aspect that it just makes your videos more entertaining. Instead of just, well, your first few seconds of the video and then a bunch of filled in nonsense for the rest of it. Not that your video is nonsense, but I think you guys get my point here. So you want to find an approach that works for you in a way that has an overarching feeling to it. Whether if it is a beginning, middle, and end, a change in character or situation, or just a point A to point B and showing how you did that. So in order to create this structure for your videos, there are many things like B-roll. There are also things like, well, not staying monotone throughout your video and showing the expressions of what the situation is bringing to you. That way your audience can tag along and feel that with you. Because I think that you guys can agree with me, nobody really wants to listen to a robot talking in a video.
Where I can pretty much exactly replicate the external physical appearance of a human being.
Unless you make videos about robots, and that's totally cool. I'm not dissing you at all. Keep going. But even the videos on YouTube or content in general that involve clunks of metal, there are ways that you can go about this that show the fulfillments and take your audience along this journey of the storytelling that you are providing for them without it being boring. For example, there's a video that Peter McKinnon shared recently about this upcoming YouTuber.
Eric, man, you knocked it out of the park with this.
Who makes videos about watches. And he is an amazing dude in the terms of making these really, really beautiful videos with cinematography and the structure that he uses of a beginning, middle, and end, and how he shows us to do this. So what it is really is the setup, the climax of any story, or the point of fulfillment itself, whether if it is a thumbnail or something that you announce in the beginning of the video, like how I did. And, well, you explain how that actually happens without it being too much of a clickbait sort of situation. Because nobody likes clickbait unless it's fulfilling clickbait. And I mean, I think for most people we can realize that Star Wars or things like sci-fi aren't real. But in order to make these feel real, we set up the story and have the action sequence within that. Whether it's CGI or not, or if it is a stick war, well, we always have that scenery that shows us what the hell is actually happening. Instead of it just being, yeah, I'm showing you guys this in the clickbait thumbnail, but you're suckers. Now, an example of how structured your videos can be, think about unboxing videos, like Unbox Therapy.
But the thing that came inside of it is, it's actually 4 feet tall.
Or maybe somebody like MKBHD who makes tech videos.
So instead of just taking a look at their newest car, what I also want to know is how much tech is in this thing.
It is really, really easy to make these bland videos that have no structure or overarching story to them, a beginning, middle, and end. But it's also easy to put a little bit more effort into these videos and show your audience close-ups, different angles, the details within these products that you were showing off, or the details in this adventure that you went on. Here's an example of a video that I made for a freelance client of mine whose name is Roman Rouge. In terms of me showing you guys how this went down without me actually being there, we filmed in a desert for his music video, but I wasn't with him at the time of me making my own video, so I went into a desert of my own beside my neighborhood. And instead of me just pointing the camera and showing you guys what's going on, well, I put in some more angles, I showed establishment of this area, and then I inserted myself into the actual structure of this story and explained to you guys what was actually going on and how I made this happen. So if there's any biggest tip of this video that I can give you guys, it is that. Find different creative ways that are in tune for your brand, that give more structure to the video, that is more than just pointing the camera or just speaking the information towards your audience. Instead, piece together these pieces of your story and put them together in a way that takes your audience through something like this instead of something like this.
Since I make horror films, I get asked a lot if it's scary on set. Saw a little glow there in the second.
Yeah, this is the reason why so many creators out there, or so many movie directors, they make these stories, and these stories are fulfilling to us. But without these stories and the promise that we are making to the audience, there's really nothing else there of substance that people want to stay there for. And putting this promise in the structured story is the best way that you can make your videos more entertaining and allow your audience to follow along with you.
Go up as high as you can, and action!
This is also one of the best ways to avoid the quickest way of getting people mad at you for not being honest about what you're creating or promising them. I mean, promises are there for a reason, and when they are fulfilled as a promise, well, there's nothing really better than that. But remember, there's always somebody else that has their own structure, so find the structure that works for you. Because even if you have a structure and it is not your unique structure, well, it's not going to be fulfilling either way, or as much at least. So yeah guys, that is probably one of the quickest ways to make your videos a lot better, is creating this promise and finding the best way that is unique to you to fulfill that promise in a way that isn't just giving it away immediately. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video, and if you did, remember to leave that comment down below and letting me know if you have a structure and how it's working for you. With that being said, I hope you guys have enjoyed this promise and structure that I have left for you guys, and I shall see you guys in the next video. I hope you have a good day or night. Peace.